The Nexus 5 was originally released in October of last year, and it was a great success. I really enjoyed using the phone, but it wasn't long before it was replaced by the Galaxy Note 3 and other devices. While vacationing for 3 weeks in Japan, I returned to my trusty Nexus 5. This video will be all about my experiences, both positive and negative. The build quality of the Nexus 5 is extremely underrated in my opinion. It's comprised of a rubbery matte material that combines a blend of grippiness and lightweight components that no other phone possesses. Sure, the Galaxy S5 is ultra light, but it's 15 grams heavier than the Nexus. And sure, the HTC One M8 is made of a high quality aluminum, but the slippery, scratch prone back can't beat the grippy, scuff resistant finish of the Nexus 5. To me, the 5-inch form factor is the sweet spot on a phone. I was able to make do with the sides of the M8, but one-handing the Nexus 5 wasn't an issue at all. I can comfortably touch all 4 corners of the phone, which is saying a lot considering my hands aren't that big. The battery life was also a lot better than I expected it. I read all the time about users being unhappy with the Nexus 5's battery life, but I was able to get through most days, which would be from about 8 in the morning to 10 PM in the evening before it would die. This would be with pretty heavy Google Maps and navigation usage, and the GPS would be constantly scanning. I always had an external battery pack on hand, but I only had to use it on extra long days. I didn't really do much picture taking with the Nexus 5, but it's not because the camera is bad. I just have a point and shoot that takes much better pictures. When I did use the Nexus 5's camera, it did a solid job, but I generally found that there wasn't enough contrast in the colors and everything was a bit darker than I would have liked it. And while on one hand, darker pictures do probably deliver a more accurate picture, I prefer a more lively, saturated final product. As far as the software goes on the Nexus 5, it doesn't really get any much better than stock vanilla Android. It's currently running Android 4.4.4 KitKat and it was just as smooth as my M8. That's pretty impressive for a 10-month-old phone. Now, the only thing I missed from the M8 software-wise was motion launch gestures, which are a pretty big deal once you get used to them. The display on the Nexus 5 is still pretty darn good. It's 4.95 inches and offers the same 1920 by 1080 resolution that the GS5 and M8 do. But thanks to the smaller display, it boasts slightly more pixels per inch at 445. Now that's not to say that it's better than any of the other displays, because I couldn't tell much of a difference between my M8 and Nexus 5. For those 3 weeks, the Nexus 5 served me great on vacation, much better than any other 10-month-old phone would at least. And quite honestly, switching out the M8 for the Nexus 5 didn't feel like a downgrade at all. In fact, it was a nice refresh moving away from Sense and getting back to experiencing stock Android for a little bit. And even though the successor to the Nexus 5 is right around the corner, the original still breaks my top 5 phone list thanks to its extremely low price tag, solid specs, great display, and trusty battery life. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video where we revisited the Nexus 5. If you're interested in checking out my video where I look back at the HTC One M8, feel free to check it out in the description box below, and let me know in the comments whether or not you think the Nexus 5 is still a good buy. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.